KM4MKL here. This is going to be a walkthrough for the Silent Assassin suit-only achievement in Santa Fortuna in Hitman 2, the three-headed serpent mission. This is going to be for master difficulty. I'm going to load out with a lethal syringe, lethal pills, and the lockpick, which is going to be hidden in the hostel, and just using my plain suit, although any of the Hitman suits will suffice for the suit-only achievement. I'm going to start in the hostel simply because it's easiest to get the stash here. I stash a lockpick. I do have a second lethal poison in my inventory, and so I could have just stocked it, but I chose to do this since it shows your way to get a second lethal poison vial if you don't have two in your inventory from previous mission. I'm going to grab several things to use for distractions, since I didn't load out anything that could be used with a distraction. There's a lot here that's readily available. There's 2 coins up in the laundry up there, this coin right here, and a soda can over here as well. You don't need the lockpick for this mission, but if you need to get if you don't have a second poison vial, you need the lockpick to get in here and get this poison vial, which is very easy to get. So I'll grab it. I'm going to come in here since the enforcers aren't in there, and I'm going to get this scissors too. This gives me 5 things to throw around, which are very handy with the Silent Assassin, and particularly the suit-only missions, or challenges rather, because that's what you need to distract the guards. I'm going to shoot out both these cameras. And then I'm going to come around the wall. Nobody's ever going to come out here. I've never had anybody come out here at all under normal circumstances. Though you could count on people coming out if you're caught on camera, especially in master difficulty. I'm going to climb over the wall into this work platform and come down here. Very easy to move around back here without being spotted. There's a camera here, however. I think it's only there on master difficulty. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but we'll shoot it out and it won't be there anymore. Now, these 2 guards that you see there are going to patrol back and forth in a straight line. I'm going to wait for them to be moving back. Then, surprisingly, you can just come and subdue this guy, although his buddy is right there. The other gardener who you see right there is not going to bat an eye as long as you don't run near him. He will never turn around under normal circumstances. I'm going to drag this guy's body, keeping close to this wall because there's a maid who we'll see later who can spot you if you time it wrong. I'm going to drag him all the way back to this container and dump his body there. Truth be told, he probably would never be spotted if we just left him on the ground back there, but I'm going to be safe since we only have 1 save. I'm going to wait for those guards to come back again, and wait for them to patrol back again. I'm going to go pretty much right where I just was, and sneak further into the complex. So we see the guards there. I don't think those guards are present on the professional and casual difficulties. I'm going to get a coin ready as a distractor. And remember, if you run in master difficulty, nearby NPCs will hear you. So I'm going to walk past him, and I'm going to hide right near the corner here. This enforcer won't be able to see me, but more importantly, the maid, who you'll see come around on the far side of the wall over there, won't see us either. You can see her on the left side of the screen, right there. We're going to wait for her to mop up there, and when she starts mopping up, we're going to distract this guard. He's going to go behind the hedge, and around that time she's going to finish up. She patrols back and forth in an L shape, the way she's going now, and then she'll get to the jacuzzi and she'll go up and back and forth. There's an enforcer over there, a guard, but if we wait a little second, he'll go out, and we're going to sneak in here, and we're going to go into this little bragging room that Delgado has. Again, just walk in like you own the place and chuck this guy out. Nobody will see you, and there are no cameras in here. There are 2 enforcers over there, 2 maids, but if you're quick, you won't get seen by either one, It is, just in case the timing is different when you do this, it's worth seeing if one of the maids has moved. Because as you'll see here in a second, one of them will patrol over here and start cleaning over here. We're going to have several minutes before Delgado comes in here. And so I'm going to take that time to take out one of these maids just to reduce the chances of me being spotted. There's no reason not to do it, and you have time in your hands anyway, so you might as well. So with time, one of those maids will come over here, and pretty much directly in front of where we are, on this side of the car display, the maid will start cleaning. When she gets near there, I'm going to strum this cello, which will cause her to come in and investigate. And I'm just going to come around, sneak up behind her, subdue her, and dump her with the guard. And this will empty this area out with everybody except for that one last maid. I chose not to try to subdue her because there's really no convenient place to put her. Sometimes the wife out there will see you, so I made sure that she was not near the window and I dumped the maid. If your timing is really unlucky, you can be spotted by her through the window as you do it. So now all we gotta do is sit here and wait for Delgado. The timing gets pretty critical here, and so I recommend that you do a save at this point. But as you can see, using instinct, he's pretty far away, so we're just going to sit tight here for about another minute and he'll show up. You'll see the video hiccup here where I kind of cut out the save and restore. I did mess up the... and got spotted by him as I tried to do this. But I got it right the second time. If you're silent about it, you can actually sneak around and try to get the achievement, or part of the achievement where you listen to all of his displays. I did that as an investigator, disguised as a butler here, to try to figure out how to take out Delgado. But otherwise it's a waiting game, but he's getting close now. And I'm going to equip this modern lethal syringe. I picked this up from the one of the classic missions, I think Sapienza or whatnot. But it's a very good thing to have, especially for the silent assassin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of peekaboo here. I'm going to let him spot me just enough to where he investigates but I don't get noticed. Chase him around here, and when he stops where I was, poke him with the syringe, and it's goodbye Delgado. He's dead.
Rico Delgado has been eliminated.
I'm going to come out here. When I came out, the maid was all the way in that far corner, and so and the guard wasn't there, so I got lucky. I'm going to shoot the wall here, and that other guard who we distracted with the coin is going to be looking towards the wall when we move out, so we'll go here. In all likelihood, you're going to have to wait for the maid to get as far away as possible and that guard to turn his back. There are two guards who are sometimes out here, so I'm going to watch out for them. They're up there right now, so I didn't have to wait on them, but you got to make sure you don't get seen by them. So I'm going to hide in the bushes here, and I'm going to wait for them to come back. Note that there is a camera above the door on the outside of the wall out there, right above the gate. I was lucky that I didn't get seen by it, but you should do what I didn't do and check on it, and maybe even go ahead and shoot it. When we come back this way, I'll shoot it to make sure that it's not going to be a problem. Now, sneaking through the cocoa field is actually very easy because you can conceal yourself in the foliage here. You can actually use Franco's own product to conceal yourself, which is kind of neat in an ironic way. He's right there, but there's going to be no way to get to him. Interestingly, if you trigger an evacuation, he will run behind the guards, sometimes through this foliage. And then there was one kill where I actually managed to just pop up behind him in the foliage and choke him out. And the guards never noticed it. It was an unnoticed kill, which was pretty amazing. So you can see I went around those two workers, I jumped the wall, and now we're going to have a guy over here who's going to be distracted and lured into the cocoa foliage here. I have a soda can, so instead of choking him out and risk getting accidentally spotted by him, I'm going to wait until he comes in. He didn't work the first time, so I'm going to have to distract him again. When he comes in the cocoa field, I'm going to throw a can at him. The downside of this is it is noisy, and sometimes it does attract a second enforcer to come look in the cocoa field to see what happened. So, in case that happens, and it did in this case, I'm going to drag him close to the water so he's not spotted by this other guy here. And this guy, I'm just going to let him be because he's not going to be in our way when we move towards the helicopter pad and towards the hut where we're going to kill Franco. What we're doing is we're working our way towards the hut because that's probably the best way to kill Franco unnoticed without a disguise. So I'm going to follow this guy out. Sneaking around through the helicopter pad is relatively easy. There's a lot of cover here. You just gotta stop at every cover and make sure you're not being seen. There's a camera on the side of the hut, and so I'm gonna shoot it out from back here. So by the time I roll around there, we're not gonna be seen. And again, that's a camera that's present in the master difficulty. It's not present, based on my recollection, in the professional casual difficulties. I'm gonna grab this frog here. There's an achievement for getting 5 of them. The nice thing about this, it is actually a lethal frog, so come to think of it, you actually do not need that second lethal poison vial if you can catch a frog, because you can actually poison a Martinez's drink with a frog, which I'm going to do in this case. Make sure those enforcers are not watching that camera, and I'm going to shoot it out, and as you can see I turned the air conditioner off as well. I was hoping I had something I could throw at this guy. This worker is the only person who's allowed in the hut other than Franco himself. Nothing I can do to take him out without killing him. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the old-fashioned choke him out, dump the body thingy. Okay. And we will dump his body. Pretty much this container is here for that express purpose. And I'm going to pick up the key to the hut, which he'll drop, and enter the hut with the key. Again, making sure those enforcers aren't watching. And definitely make sure that camera is taken out. He's coming into the hut right now. I timed it perfectly, so I'm going to jump into the crate here and wait for him to come in. His guards will not follow him in, so this is the perfect opportunity to do it. Be nice if I had a syringe. I don't. So I'm just going to blow his brains out. Boom. He's
Franco
down.
confirmed down. Nice work, 47.
I think it's possible that his body would never be found because nobody else is ever going to come in here, but just in case the guards might see it through a window, I'm going to dump the body and do it right. And get the extra few points for hiding the body. As you can see, that enforcer out there is in a position where he can see the door. That's an enforcer you want to make sure it's clear before you try to shoot the camera out and before you try to enter the hut. And he'll patrol to the other side of the door, to our right there. He'll wait a while, then he'll leave again. Lots of waiting around when you do a silent assassin suit only. And so we'll check him again. He's gone, so we're gone. Now what we're going to do, and you can actually fast forward to this if you want, we're going to make our way back to the mansion exactly the way we came in. Just retracing our footsteps. In hindsight, if I could do this over again, I probably would have killed Martinez first and then come back here, because if we did that, I could just sneak to this helicopter and escape. As it is, I had a few minutes that I had to wait after I killed Martinez, because it took her a while to get around to drinking the poison I made for her. So it's probably a more efficient way to do it. Once you see this entire video, it'll be obvious that you should probably just leave the mansion, kill Martinez, and come back through the mansion and back in here. It's probably easier to get back here if you go through the mansion rather than going through the woods, going through the area where the shaman and his little disciples are. Probably easier to go this way, but either way will work. Keep in mind, if you do go that other way, you'll need the lockpick to get through that gate that's in that area. So again, just going back exactly the way I came, and I'm going to go all the way back to the mansion, and then leave the mansion the same way I got into the mansion. Seems like that's probably easier than going through the foliage. Either way it'll work though. If you want to go back through the woods and go to where the bridge is, and that broken down car, and all that, you can do that too. Say hi to the shaman while you're at it. So all we're trying to do is get back into town so we can take care of Martinez and get out of Dodge here. I thought that enforcer who's by the lake would be a problem, but he's not. And again, remember, you got those two guards here, and we're going to have to hide while they move by us. I thought I could make it to this thick foliage up here, but decided to just hide right where I was before instead. I almost got spotted when I did that, but I got lucky. So I'm going to wait on them. They'll pass by us. You can kind of see that camera right above that gate. This time around I'm going to take the camera out just to be safe. It probably would have been better to do that at first, as long as you could do it without being seen by those two guards. And always remember, when you're in the mansion, those two guards can spot you through the gate too. I had that happen a couple of times as I practiced this. So I'm going to go here, take the camera out. Two times the charm. And I'm going to make sure those two guards that are patrolling are facing away. If they happen to be right there at the end, near where the gardener was taken out, they'll spot me as I come in. So I'm going to leave right through here. And again, very easy to walk through this back area unseen. And I'm going to come down. And I'm out. So now we're simply going to make our way over to Martinez's little hut, house, whatever you want to call it. I guess it's more of an office area. And we're going to kill her simply by poisoning her drink in her office area on the second floor. Very easy to get in and out of. This is by far the easiest target to kill in this mission, covertly. It is an in and out deal. I'm going to squat here. I'm going to shoot the wall to get this guy to freak out and move out of my way. And I'm going to go over this damaged part of the wall, which is left there conveniently for us. I'm going to shoot this camera out up here. This camera is actually present in the other difficulties as well. It's got to be shot out. There's a guy in the balcony in the front, on the second floor in the front of the building, and if he's close enough to the camera when you shoot it out, he'll come out to investigate and actually trigger a little panic in there. So when we're in here, we have an additional guy in there, and they're freaking out. I'm just going to sit here and let them freak out. Actually hide behind the desk and let them freak out. But eventually we'll be back down to the two guards in this area. So this guy's coming in. Two of them have their guns drawn. Not a good time to try to poison the drink. But like I said, if I give them a second, they'll calm down a little bit. And we can do our job. So when that searching flag on the mini-map drops, be business as usual. There is a guard to our left in the far corner, but he won't ever turn around. This guy is right at the glass that we're going to poison, but if we give him a few moments, he will turn his back on us, and it'll be very easy to sneak in there, poison her glass, and I'll use Mr. Kermit here to do it. And she's dead, as good as dead. Now when I did this, as you see when I leave the mansion, she'll be leaving just as I leave, so it takes a good few minutes here for her to get there. So we're just going to go back and wait at the bus stop. When she dies, we'll exit the mission. When I get to the bus stop, you're going to see the videos spontaneously skip about 3 minutes. There's no reason to sit through all that. Well, 47 waited there for her to die. So as soon as you get there, it'll jump forward 3 minutes instantly. We'll see her dead in the cutscene, and we'll exit the mission.
Excellent work, 47.
So this is Master Difficulty. It'll give us the Silent Assassin Suit Only achievements. It'll also give me the No Evidence achievement for Master Difficulty, which are called Classic Achievements now in Hitman 2. And I also popped the challenge, not achievements, the challenge. And I also popped the challenge for viewing all of his vanity stuff. A brief history of Rico Delgado challenge. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'll either give you a good answer or make something up. Until then, this is KM4MKL saying happy hunting and happy hitting. Bye.